Alrighty then. Welcome back, dear listeners and players alike, to the Dynamics of Good and Evil. Last time, Bundle, the Stalker Tabaxi, Dashkin, the Barbarous Dragonborn, Mephisto, Warlock, Feliana Tadrel, and Ranya, the Halfling Druid, had been momentarily sidetracked by a tragedy in the town of Tammin, after the patriarch of the Tadrel estate suddenly passed after a bout of a sunken plague. After the cremation, the crew, alongside their new hireling, Undulin, a dwarven samurai, set off for the Marsh of Swamp, having a minor confrontation with a kleptomaniac breed of unicorn, ending quickly with a bestowed curse from the infuriated, done-with-this-shit Feliana. The travelers reached the edge of the marsh, but Ranya had a request before they dove headlong into the brush: a visit to the Crevassy Pit, where the previous season they had gone diving for pearls and left a water weird trapped behind a door mechanism, much to the druid's dismay. Upon returning to the pit, the party discovered a mining operation had removed the roof from the cavern, revealing a mossy tree that attracted the attention of the adventurers. Beneath its mighty roots, the foursome pulled a few trinkets and treasures they knew not what to do with, including a bloodthirsty blade that Dash found in his possession, and a wee, supposedly sentient sapling that immediately bonded with the unwary Bundle. After reuniting with their watery elemental acquaintance, the crew looted a glitter-bombed box in the opposite corner and discovered a curious vessel in the form of a glass jar empty of all matter save a floating, or rather, flying, oxygen-compatible goldfish. Our main marauders now stalk into the Marsh of Swam, seeking the whereabouts of loved ones and some disturbing cult activity. Who shall say what they can encounter within? Welcome back to the Dynamics of Good and Evil. So, you have currently been venturing into the swamp. It is about mid-afternoon when you set into the swamp proper. You managed to find a somewhat travelable road path, though there are bits and ways along the way where you will have to navigate some deep swampy activities, so I need whoever is driving the carriage to make a survival check.
Hang on. Just to help out with that, I do believe I have something that can help out with rain here. So to help the person who's driving, I don't think it's fun.
Which I think at some point that would have been Dak.
I forgot now. I thought that was.
So,
Alright, so straight survival.
Yeah. Survival with advantage, actually.
What the
Motherfucker!
wow. I tried.
Well, off to a good start with these rolls. 2 natural 2s.
Alright. Bundle, roll me a d20.
D20, okay. 17.
Okay. You didn't fall asleep while helping him necessarily, but you did not... You remember when you guys were in the marsh, you guys entered more towards the lower half, like the lower portion of the top half of the marsh. So you're not quite as familiar with this actual roadway to Marsh of Swamp sector. However, you do still have to... You do burn away about half an hour at one point when you get stuck in a particularly textured, swamp road, where there's a good portion of the day where you have to actively get it out.
Get it out and push. I got you.
Motherfucker! Why is this thing stuck?
Undulin jumps out and helps you guys. Like, aye, you don't know where you're headed, I see. Aye, move over, lad. And the three of you manage to get the things working.
Okay.
Alright.
And Dash pulls out the map.
Mm-hmm.
Feliana, your sister was last seen towards this northern half.
right?
Yeah, that's correct.
I'm think-
At least from what my brother told me, but we have to admit he's a questionable source at best, given his condition.
Well, regardless, I'm thinking we should
Yeah,
post here up to the.
You broke up a little bit.
I'm thinking we should start by combing this here. May have signs of she was there.
I guess. Yeah, that seems right. Undolin also points out, alright, now, do you have anything to... I don't know. Are either of you pretty good with, wild creatures?
Awareness.
God, my connection's just garbage tonight.
Can you hear me? Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
can
so
hear you.
you're gonna use primeval awareness to assist with this?
Yes.
Because I would have expected Ranya to also pipe in with this.
Rania, you're muted if you're trying to talk.
I hear him. He's just really quiet.
Oh,
Hi.
god damn it.
Okay,
I'll boost him a little bit. Speak.
Hold on. I'll switch over to my my.
I also boosted you down because of your sneezing the other night, so I can boost you up a little bit in my head.
You may want to keep the volume control open because I'm going to be switching over my other headphones, and that tends to be a little louder.
While he's doing that, I need to get another roll of tissue for allergy.
Alright.
Yes, allergies. Switching around. These guys are quiet for me too. And my headphones, I can always hear better with the wired ones. There we go. Can anyone hear me? No one can hear me? Oh no.
I can hear you.
No!
I have to take my dog out real quick because she refused to go potty when I last took her out, and she's deciding now she has to go.
Okay, so, well, what was said before? About, something about the swamp.
What specifically?
Yeah, you were saying something that
Undolin was asking if either of you were if any of you were any good at dealing with animals.
Run.
God damn it, connection.
As would I.
Okay. My machine just does not like tonight, apparently. Let me try this again. Alright, so say that one more time.
I suppose I would be.
And Bundle will say he's fairly well good at it himself.
Let's hope so. I don't want to get mauled by a mass of bear cubs just because we're looking for someone.
Roger blinks. Bears don't really mess with people unless you go into their territory. And if you do go into the territory, you can make it known that you don't really want to disturb anything. They'll usually leave you alone.
I'm more worried about running into something a bit bigger, like a wyvern or a dragon.
You're not going to find wyverns out here. Dragons, I have no idea about.
Undolin scratches her head. I'll quick make an intelligence check for her. Okay. She racks her brain like, let me see, I think green dragons are the ones that like swampy areas, but I don't think there's many reports of one of those around here in years.
Out of character, it's black dragons.
Yeah. I was gonna ask if Bundle could roll a check on that.
Green
I'm
dragons,
back. Sorry about that.
It's cool. We're talking. Actually, Dash should probably add this. We're talking about whether or not there would be either wyverns and dragons. Wyverns, probably not. Dragons, maybe.
In the
In the
swamp.
swamp.
Uh-huh.
Swamp. Yep.
Would Dash have knowledge of something like that, considering he's a black dragonborn?
You can roll a straight intelligence check.
Both Bundle and Dash would know, since Bundle is a dragon nerd, and
Dragon's
Oh.
gone. Literally.
No.
So
Well, with an intelligence roll of 3, I'd say you just think, well, they could hide in the swamp. Anything can hide in a swamp.
can I use a history of intelligence because of just being a scholar of it?
Yeah, sure. Give me just one moment. What the hell's that page?
why don't you give the general poke to Bundle's elbow?
Neat. Let me know when you're good, Brett.
By the way, have I gotten a short rest between going to from the cave from now?
Well, if you stayed in the cart the whole time, more than likely you did. Because I mean,
Yeah, short rest, sure.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. So that means I get back my single third level spell slot. So I am now completely to full again.
cool. We good yet? Brad?
Yeah, sorry, just prepping something.
Okay.
It's still the same day when we went into the cave, right?
I mean, I would hope so.
Yeah, it's been just a few hours.
Okay. So
you guys
everyone's
didn't
still.
you guys didn't set up camp or anything. You literally just booked it straight into the marsh from the cave.
Cool. Just wanted to be clear. Everyone still has water breathing I put on them a while ago. I don't think it'll matter very much, but just in case.
Who wants to breathe in this water?
Not I.
On your
No.
choice. It wouldn't be pleasant, but it would be survivable.
Let's try not to drown in the shit water. Just to begin with.
Rodney nods.
I'm less worried
Generally
about
not a good.
I'm less worried about feces and more like creepy crawlies.
Oh yeah, all the little tiny things you don't see crawling around in there.
Bundle was trying to make a history check, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make a history check, or be history or nature. Let's go with nature, actually. Since dragons are a natural part of the environment,
And
I think
quote unquote natural.
people are going to ritual cast.
All right, you would know from personal knowledge and study that black dragonborns, as well as occasionally black dragons and green dragons, can occasionally be found in swampland. Is it Dungeon Master? Is it the Dungeon Master's Guide that has the monster locales, or is it the Monster Manual? It's the Dungeon Master's Guide. Okay, swamp.
What are you looking up?
Yeah, since it's a swamp-ridden forest, you could say that that either green dragons or black dragons could be easily found within the area. Sorry for the technical difficulties, those just tuning in.
Alright. I just kind of relay that knowledge, saying that, yeah, we could totally still run to a dragon around here, and if that were the case, he'd rather do his best to not fight it.
Only a dragon.
That's not necessarily true.
You can hear Rania muttering something in half.
What did you call me?
He seems to not be paying attention to you.
You seem to got some sort of rash on your neck.
Seems to be ritual.
Regardless, what should we roll to try to do the searchy stuff?
Probably investigation.
To find signs of A, Feliana's sister, B, our friends, and probably C, weird cultist shit.
And my sister too. But
Yeah, I would say an investigation check, and for those who succeed, I will ask you to roll a d6.
alright. Investigating. 21.
And Feliana should probably roll as well.
Yeah, I know. Getting on it.
Is Rania gonna roll as well or no?
He's still ritual casting, probably.
Okay, so he's ritual casting, okay.
Yeah, but he's trying to cast speak with animal information about his surroundings.
Dash and Fel are just kind of lost as to what specifically they'd be looking for, because Feliana's just like, okay, what would she be wearing? What would she be carrying her vanity with her? No, that seems silly. Dash, you're just like,
Everyone else is
confused.
asking.
Devimir, you're holy man. Where's your holy shit?
Everyone else is racking their brains while Ronnie is trying to ask for directions.
All right. Are you just looking for an animal to speak with, Rania?
Yeah, which it's a freaking swamp. There's going to be something.
Oh yeah.
No matter how,
as you pass under a canopy of trees, you see a tree constrictor hanging onto a branch.
Ronnie looks it up. He gives it away. Says hello in Druidic first, before speaking to it with Speak with Them. Hello. How are you today?
It relays that it's doing fine. It caught a family of squirrels earlier, and it will feast well.
Well,
It cornered a family of squirrels earlier, and it feasted quite well.
Ronnie. Very good. I wanted to ask if you would tell me, are notable dangers in this jungle that he you or maybe us would prefer to avoid any
It asks you to define.
reptiles larger than your average alligator, or creatures that seem to have powers abnormal to animals.
It asks you to discern whether it's dangerous to all creatures or just more humanoids.
Good question. Mm,
Like, you mean dangerous to like it, like the snake as well, or just humanoids in general?
I will ask about the humanoid first, and whether or not there are any creatures that would normally prey on its species, since snakes are usually one of the predominant predators of this kind of area.
Oh boy, it's gonna be one hell of a check for the snake.
I mean, I'm sure it's lived there for a bit.
Yeah, but it's still.
Yeah, but it has to take into account what it knows about what's dangerous to humies, and it rolled a -3. So
Okay. Well, this is 10 minutes long.
No.
So I don't have to ask one.
No, it scratches its head with the top of its tail, with the bottom of its tip of its tail. It's like, it says bees. I don't know. Are you particularly allergic to bees or frickin' or mushrooms? Those are dangerous. I've seen he's seen humans die from eating mushrooms.
Nods that they can. But I'm is very, very large lizard-like creature, much larger than an alligator or crocodile.
It is familiar with. It does say there is. Oh, you mean Kabarin?
Rania blinks. He speaks into Bundle's head, relaying the information. There is possibly a dragon named Kabari in.
Actually, no. I need you to stop right there because I'm going to give this to you. Kabarin is the regional name for lizard folk.
He corrects himself. Never mind. Actually, there seems to be a tribe of lizard folk in the area.
Which bundle makes sense.
Are you not? Point me in the general direction of where their territory, where exactly would their hunting grounds be?
They say it would be towards the towards actually the dead center of the marsh, just above the lock, the middle lake there, like around here or here. They say it's south.
So directly in our path.
Drawing a couple of browns. It's like hereish or hereish.
I got you covered.
Again, directly in our path.
Ranya nods. He's like, okay, so it is close to the water line, but it is in fact ahead of us. Are there any safe routes for yeah, I suppose you might know. Are there any safe routes around their territory?
He cannot say.
He nods.
Again, he's not a humanoid. He doesn't quite know what you're capable of, so he's like, can't help.
That is fair.
As well as that, we're searching the coast specifically down here as well, so we have to go.
Very well. Thank you so much for your help. I just set that down and looks back to the group. Well, apparently there's some lizard folk ahead, and it seems to be directly in our path, but it's still like, I don't know, how far ahead is that? You think that's like a couple
You guys would estimate, even with Bundle's knowledge of
10
getting
miles.
Yeah, you would estimate it
At
would
least that's-
take you until like tomorrow afternoon to reach there, even if you full stopped using Bundle's abilities.
So unless if there's some very adventurous scouts, it shouldn't be a problem until tomorrow.
Well, what does Bundle's 21 investigation get us?
I was about to ask about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just about to come back to you. So, roll me a d6, Bundle.
Neat. 5.
All right. Okay. As you guys are traversing through this area, you get a sense that while a lot of it is very pure, it hasn't been tampered with a lot just because nature is so overpowering and overwhelming. There are occasional bits of land that you pass where it seems as if something has been there and was messing with it, like either trying to place down either a settlement or like a meeting house that just wholly tampered with the land and either like totally annihilated some of the vegetation or just adopted it for its own ends and abused the hell out of it. So Rania is when you point it out to Rania, he is very uncomfortable with the results that he sees as he scratches his neck.
Mm-hmm.
So someone has been abusing or twisting nature.
There are also portions where Bundle, what's your passive investigation? 17?
17, yeah.
Out of character.
Hmm?
Never mind. Like I know what kind of thing. What does that out of character?
Yeah, you Bundle, you get out of the carriage at one point. You stop it just to investigate one such patch of just utterly annihilated swampland, where they literally, it seems like they drained a swamp in a very unconventional manner. And as you get close to it and you sniff it, you realize these patrons somehow utilize dragon fire to dispose of this swampland. But it's not what you remember as dragon fire. It seems like altered dragon fire.
Oh no!
Like this is black magic dragon fire.
That's a red me.
That sounds from Anya.
Yes.
Does that sound familiar to Dash?
Above game,
like...
how familiar would Dash be with the idea of shadow dragons?
I mean, would he have learned anything while he was
I'm
being
asking
held
you.
But how out of character? How familiar am I with shadow
No.
dragons?
How familiar would Dash be, in your opinion?
Honestly,
would he know about them or not? Yes or no?
I honestly don't know, because the only way I think he would know about them is if he heard of them while he was being held captive by the.
Okay, well we'll say no. We'll say no then. So it doesn't quite ring any.
Alright.
It just seems off to you. Like
Okay.
you're not. It doesn't ring any bells.
Okay.
As for Bundle, he just knows that this is a form of dragon fire that was not made naturally.
Nope.
Does it look like there's any discernible pattern of where it was?
Looks like they were just seam of it, as if they were trying to make something here and it never really stuck.
Well, whenever I hear black magic and dragon in the same general sentence, I think Tiamat's chosen, personally. But that's just because cult. When don't they use black magic?
Plus the draconic cult, so I mean it's kind of their MO.
Have there ever been a positive cult?
Shrug. Smart of us to stay on guard.
SpongeBob. Organized religion.
Debatable.
I'd be keeping
Keeping a what?
he's got to be keeping an active eye out for signs of anything suspicious while we're traveling.
Alright. So... What the...
Rania keeping an eye out for any sort of tampering with nature around them.
Aye. Meanwhile, Fel is getting so agitated that Undalin actively moves over and starts like, "Come on now, love. It's not all bad. You've got your brother back, and she'll turn up, one way or another. I mean, you said yourself she's mildly resourceful." "Yeah, I guess, but it's so stressful, not being able to find your family and ensure their safety." "Well, that's the thing with free will. They go their own way, they take their own chances, and you can't necessarily pull their strings like a marionette show. That's just inhumane." Her ears are kind of drooping a little bit, like. She's actively getting a bit more nervous as they get into the swamp, and you guys are discussing like the surroundings.
And I would say that for Bundle, he's starting to lose any cool that he had while they were in Redport. He is all serious.
Yep.
In fact, yeah, he's not going to be sneaky about it. He's just going to toss the cigarettes that he usually keeps on hand. Because he needs to be focused. So, let's see, where are they? Yep. He literally tosses them into the marsh muck.
We're gonna come back and see an alligator.
I would.
Alligator lizard.
Like, you got it, Mo. I kind of got addicted.
Yo.
God.
Yeah!
Anyway.
Anyway,
It's lizard folk. It sounds like Little John.
if anything, he would just try to make sure that he wouldn't be talking too much, and he would try to make sure that we're getting to where we need to go to as soon as possible.
Mhm.
Resting only when they needed to.
Can Dash try again to see if he can spot anything as we're traveling? Any sign, anything akin to what they're looking for?
You can roll another straight investigation, sure.
Come on, lucky roll! Goddamn.
It's just you're just more concerned from the revelations that Bundle and Rania have uncovered. It's like kind of uneasy as you get more. It's not like you're losing your resolve. It's more like
I'm more on edge.
yeah, like not lost it, but like you're a slight tad more anxious, where you can kind of relate to Fel now.
Fair enough. I mean, with the risk of Tiamat's Chosen being in the area, that makes sense.
Should I roll another investigation as well?
No. Now, are you guys going to focus on the coastland, or are you going to follow the route you prescribed?
We're gonna search this upper coast first, because that's where she was said to be, right? Like last seen or somewhere around.
Yeah. Okay, I will say, if you venture off your black path, you will have to park the cart because it becomes almost impassable. Even Bundle's skills are like, yeah, there's really no way unless we actively, like, cut down some trees and make, like, the road as we go. Like, unless you guys can levitate the wagon, there's really no way around it. Even Underland's like, yeah, I'm not so sure about taking your wheels with you into that depth.
I'd be more concerned about the pony than the wagon, personally. If we go off the beaten path, I think the pony would be able to stay with us so we can keep it safe, so we don't lose our transportation.
I think so. Like, you points to Rania. Are you able to transmorgify or like move animals in the least?
Move animals?
Like,
Okay.
say you were to put this pony to sleep and then like hide it inside of a tree, or like, I don't know.
Are you asking me if I can polymorph it?
Polymorph it, or I don't know, hide
No.
it in some way. Give it like extra camouflage so that way any predators won't just nom it while we're out.
That said, not today.
Would Ranya's druidic knowledge give him a more conventional, non-magical way of camouflaging the horse?
How familiar are you with Swampland, Ranya?
There would have been some inside the woods, considering how close it is to the coastland.
Mm-hmm.
That's where most of the lizard folk that he is familiar with live.
Alright, I will allow you to make a knowledge of nature with advantage. A straight knowledge of nature check, please.
Straight
You-
knowledge. Sure.
You can do.
Ranya pokes his own cheek.
Boy, howdy, that guidance.
So, 14.
Alright, you pass, as you get to the edge of the path, you spot some bushes that you realize have, like, camouflaging tendencies where, like, they mask scent. You're like, okay. And then you, like, cover, and then you, like, you basically, like, take some branches and, like, tie them off onto the horse, and then you feed it one of the sleep berries to keep it quiet as you basically rest it beside the cart, as you also cover the cart with various camouflaging materials.
Dash marks on the map where the cart is.
Oh yeah, you guys know exactly where this is. It's the edge of the path, literally.
Okay, so like about here.
Yeah, there's practically a hallway of trees lining this little grid area here.
Okay.
It's not impenetrable, but it's a very easy like landmark of, hey, this is like a hallway of trees. Like the south end of that has like a little like wall of trees that you can follow very easily.
Do I still have Speak with Animal up?
It only lasts 10 minutes.
No, I'd say by the point you finish the cart, your conversation with Bookster was at least half an hour away.
That's fine. Oh, by the way, did I ever give you guys my healing potions? I have a minor healing potion and 4 healing potions inside my inventory. I don't remember if I gave you guys those or not.
I think you did.
Did I? You guys have healing
I'm
potions?
pretty sure you did.
Okay, I'll mark these as 0 then.
Yeah, I've got a potion of healing.
Does anyone have a minor healing potion?
I do.
That's what the potion of healing is.
The healing potion I have, and I had 1 minor healing.
I don't think a minor healing potion exists in 5e.
Wonder what did I
Right.
get?
Like, standard potion of healing is the minor healing potion.
Okay, then apparently I had 5 healing potions then? Okay. I'll mark down that I have 1 healing potion left and get rid of this other thing. Okay. What's it doing? Suppose not. Why don't you just try to make the area around the horse a little bit more camouflage with druidcraft? So
I'll allow you to
looks
do
more
it away with
natural.
that. Yeah, it's you can roll a high enough nature check that you can basically ensure, unless something outrageous happens, your horse will be safe.
And he also marks a couple of the trees around it with druidic writing saying, do not disturb.
Underland looks at Feliana as you guys are to plunge in the snow. He's like, don't you have retainers at your abode? Couldn't you have brought in a servant or two to maybe watch the horse for us while we're out and about?
That sounds like she would have been bringing along free snacks for the wildlife.
I don't know, she could have had some competent ones, right? Feliana looks kind of like, the fuck?
To which Bundle asks, then, might it be a bit prudent to, say, put down a little bit of something in case someone does try to mess with what we have?
Like a trap.
Exactly. I suggest...
Underland actually produces a pair of bear traps, like these.
I'm pretty sure we also had bear traps and
I have croc teeth traps. With those more than caltrops. Not the same thing.
Maybe use the croc teeth first and then the bear traps as the last resort. Kind of try to dissuade people from getting closer, and if they decide to get closer anyway, chomp.
I actually have a bit more of a bite to add to that.
I have an alternative idea. Okay, go ahead.
so just set up cordon of arrows and it literally just doesn't go away until you.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely try to make sure it's all hidden, though.
He just looks at Dash like, you do know who you're dealing with, right?
Shrug.
And
I take it you set them on the four corners just outside of the wagon?
yes.
All right,
they
yeah.
have to literally, I make it to where they have to get literally into the wagon to get shot.
All right. Yeah, you set that up just fine.
Okay.
And then Underland sets down one bear trap and covers it with leaves just to be safe. I've got one other, and just in case we need it.
Alright.
Madonna's glancing over her materials like,
We should probably get moving before it starts getting dark.
Yes, let's do this.
Yeah.
Alright. It's still mid-afternoon as you guys actively make your way into the swamp.
Yeah, marching order, Dash is taking point.
Alright. And you guys can make survival checks as you guys are heading in.
All right.
Question, since I've technically been through this area before, will this give me advantage on my survival check?
Yeah, you travel through, so yeah, I'll allow you an advantage roll.
And with natural explorers, we can't get lost except by magical means. So
Yeah.
would that help as well?
Yeah. This isn't for getting lost, this is just for finding what you guys, searching for what you guys are looking for.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And, navigating the swamp properly.
Well, with all but a natural 1.
Yeah, Feliana's not having a good time.
Aww.
As soon as she steps in, she, steps into a pocket, and, she sinks down to her waist, the rest of you are only up to your knees, but she just managed to step into the wrong spot.
Dash offers to piggyback her if she needs to.
She will nod very violently, please. And just...
Yeah, he just gives her a piggyback right through all this.
I'm not having any problem at all.
Ranya's managing to find like what are essentially lily pads, but strong enough to support
As
his.
is Undle, in all honesty. She's doing pretty damn well.
And well, Bundle's doing fine.
Yeah,
His
she's
face
like using like her she's like using like a branch she used as like a vault from like little like knots of tree limbs and stuff to like walk around.
Where Bundle is up to his knees, Dash is up to his calves because he's still 6 foot fucking 7.
Yeah.
Hey now, I mean, with a 20, I think I'm doing pretty damn good.
Yeah.
But either way, once we get that far in, how far are we actually going with that check?
That goes actually one whole grid layer. So you go about 4 hours in. The sun is not quite set yet, but you make your way through the swamp, and it's like, all right.
Are we seeing any signs of anything of what we're looking for?
Give me 1 second. So, as you guys make your way inside this swampland, you are noticing that the deeper you get into proper swampland, it seems mostly okay. I mean, there are like walls of fungus on like the edges and lines of tree roots, which Undolin kind of scratches her chin about, her little chin strap braids, like, And Feliana is just doing okay, doing better than that you're piggybacking her, but she's still, like... She actually pulls out some shades, because it seems now that she's a bit higher up in the air, the sun, she's catching the stuff that's creeping through the canopy in terms of sunlight, and it's still, like, irritating her still kind of sensitive eyes. So...
Okay.
Undolin, actually, Undolin, Dashkin, and Bundle. Actually, everyone except Feliana, you guys would notice that you would all notice the fungal like growths, and I will allow fungal, yeah, Bundle, Ranya. Actually, Ranya, you can roll a nature check if you wish, like, just if you want to investigate these mushrooms at all. Otherwise, it's completely optional.
They're mushrooms.
You do realize these are cultivated mushrooms. Like, these are not just random spore. That's high enough to realize that those aren't just random sporings. No, something cultivated this.
Uh-oh.
13.
Well, I was going to give it to you already because you got a 20 on the survival check.
Oh, okay. Not bad.
Bundle, you've heard a tale from many travelers. You haven't seen them yourself of walking what they describe as sovereigns of swamplands and forests that serve as wardens of usually swampy, more wet lands in particular. Dude, that's where the fungus
Hello,
survive.
I am Chroma.
Shut up.
But
like you've heard of these. You remember them being referred to as sovereigns, but when pressed for more detail, the travelers say, "I didn't get quite a good look at them, but I know that they're in charge of it."
Interesting.
And it's even more interesting to you, Bundle, because you know sovereign is a term not just for like a ruling lord, but there's also like certain cultures in the land refer to themselves as sovereigns. Like, for example, there are certain Kibarin that refer to themselves as sovereigns instead of like king, queen. They're like, no, I'm just sovereign. And It's like an interesting term in your mind that sets root. And if you guys want to continue deeper into the swamp to the east, I will allow you to make one more survival check.
Make everyone aware that we are getting close to the edge of the map.
Yeah, Bundle and Ranya can make this with advantage.
Say again?
This is not to scale. This is just for my own purpose.
Okay. Do I still have advantage?
Bundle and Ranya with advantage, and Dashkin straight. Because you are, yeah, it's still good. And Feliana.
Or jungle.
Hey, it's not that one this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Those shades helped.
Yeah. Undalin's actually doing surprisingly well, given that you look at her dwarven stature and like, well, she's gotta eventually, like, tumble or step in something. But no, she's actually pretty good about keeping herself rather clean. Meanwhile, as you delve deeper and deeper alongside this coastline, you feel like you guys are just missing something. Like, okay, there are these funguses, there are occasional like bite marks in certain trees, which you do know are marking territories of like various animals, most likely Kabadi and lizard folk. But you're not seeing any other signs of them this far into the forest, this side into the swampland. And as it approaches sunset, you, Undalin, Vranya, and Bundle, you guys would actively look for like an island or something where you guys could park for the night. You guys aren't sure if you can find something big enough to land the... let me roll something. You aren't able to find a patch that you think could fit the fortress is the thing. You can find something that's like about 10, 12 foot across and like 8 foot tall, 8 foot wide, but it's like, yeah, it's not really big enough is the thing. Like, you all can still fit on it, all 5 of you, but it's just like,
We're good. So,
and it's also wildly uneven. Like, it's very Pangeic. Like, it's wide and tall enough to fit yourselves, but it's not big enough for like that perfectly square rounded fortress is the thing. And you're not sure if this peat and wood mixture would handle that mass.
Time to camp out the old-fashioned way.
That seems like it.
What better way is there?
All right, well, usual drill. Those with dark vision take first watch. I'll take the last watch when I'll be able to see.
All right. Undalin has dark vision, as does Feliana have dark vision?
She's a tiefling.
Tiefling.
Tieflings have dark vision.
She doesn't have it on her sheet.
Well, tieflings do have dark.
True, I guess.
So, fuck. Actually, you guys actually might not need Dash to take a watch because everyone but him has dark vision.
Even Ranya has dark vision? Oh yeah, he has a spell.
Never.
They've been healed.
Curse's connection.
I think. Oh, Bundle will cast another cordon of arrows around the perimeter of where they're actually sleeping. That way to keep everybody nice and safe in the middle of the night, just in case any fuckery.
How many of those can you make?
This will be the last one I can do for the day.
And I am going to consume the rations because I'm pretty sure I ran out of the perishable ones.
Ranya looks over at Fel. What was the description of the person that you're looking for again?
Quick, take a look at her sheet.
if you don't actually want to tell me, you can just like have it conveyed to him, so he can. He basically wants to go out.
She describes her as reddish purple in skin color, pink eyes, which is quite out there. One horn is slightly lopsided compared to the other, but she also has fairly close knit, like neck length hair, for the most part. That's what she can remember. And since she hasn't seen her in almost a decade, she's like, I'm not sure what her wardrobe would be. She did like very standard colors, very canvasy
Wardrobe
tans.
won't matter.
Yeah, she was very standard adventuring gear. When I think about like a lot of tan, a lot of brown, some gray cloaks occasionally. She wasn't particularly a fan of brightness because she felt her complexion was already bright enough for that.
That detail won't matter terribly. Most animals do not care about the concept of clothing, so I'm gonna go ask around if they. Yeah.
All right, make a quick perception check for me to,
I mean, there's going to be animals in the area.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll an animal handling check to see what you find.
Cool. I poke myself. Never mind. Should be able to find something.
Oh yeah, you find a pygmy snail, which is
The hell?
a snail that is about the size of a chihuahua.
I found a snail with a 20.
It's a pretty big snail.
Whatever. I was hoping to find something that actually gets around and sees things, but sure. He kneels down and gives a greeting. Hello. I'm looking for someone in the area. Have you by chance seen them, or some of you know have seen humanoids in the area in general?
I see all.
Neat. He gives a description of the person that Felion is looking for, and asks if he has seen any tabaxi, dragonborn, people in cloaks, or he gives a shot in the dark, halflings in the area.
And Amir was a human.
Yeah.
The eye stalks of the snail buffer and like sink in and out like pistons in an engine.
They get the YouTube buffer circle.
Also expended first level spell
So
slots.
what did you exactly so you're asking specifically for halflings, tabaxi,
dragonborn people in or people in cloaks, humans, and
Feliana's sister.
Yeah, Feliana's sister. Because she seems to be. He starts off with Feliana's sister's description because that's who they know might be in the area.
Those like you really like their cloaks. They're occasionally seen through the southern lake. I haven't been there in a month, but I have seen them.
Clothing cloaks.
I'm gonna roll something for this pygmy snail.
Clothing cloaks in the southern lakes. Okay.
This peach-colored snail with an orange. Damn it.
Who would be close by Ranya as he's talking to the snail?
Who would be close by?
Yeah.
Undalin's kind of peeking at you from the corner of her eye as she just like puts together her bedroll and like gets out a cooking pot and starts putting together some of her rations into like a pot.
As he's talking to the snail, he relays to her in silent speech that there are apparently some people in cloaks hanging around the southern lakes, and tells her to relay that to the others.
She nods and mutters to herself as she continues putting the rations in and moves over to the fire you guys are building and relays stuff to you. Alright, so the snail cannot recognize... Don't recognize horny one of that description. Well... There was... something happening to the southeast end of the lake.
Southeast end of this lake, or the one to...
The south.
This one.
The one
Okay.
that's farther down your route.
Okay, something happening over there?
Something. A group of outsiders clashed with another group of outsiders, and there was much roaring through the trees.
Roaring. Big roaring?
Dark roaring. I did not stay to look, but I saw a short one like yourself, along with an orky, along with two other humanoids diving into away from this cloaked group of outsiders. There may have been a fey folk with them. I was not trying to pay attention or get involved.
He nods. Alright. So something happened to the south. That's the roaring. May have been a dragon of some sort. And there was a halfling along with an orc person, a fey, or someone of fey ancestry anyway. And a couple others. Well, thank you very much. You've been very helpful. Is there anything else we should know about this area?
There are others in this wood.
Oh.
And the pygmy snail turns around and just exits the island and starts floating and starts like Jesus lizarding on the water, just like crawling over the top of the peat and the bog, like it's like,
Huh. So that's how it gets around fast.
Yeah, because it's on this island and Ryan's like, what the hell? Oh.
Before you
Head
leave,
tilt.
Ranya expends a second level spell slot to make 5 better berries. He gives 2 of them over to the snail. Thank you for your assistance.
Sweet. As it holds one between its eye stalks and then noms the other one and then ventures off across the swamp water.
I would have given him more, but I'm pretty sure it would give him just any.
Alright.
Okay. Well, got some information. He goes.
Oh, really?
Apparently, there was something going on to the south.
I believe that's the narrative we've been hearing.
Yeah. But
I just realized something. I could have made Ranya's job asking that snail about cloaked individuals.
By pulling out the box.
The box full of the Tiamat's chosen attire, yes.
I suppose he didn't exactly.
Hey, that snail got a nat 20 on recalling the information about the outsiders, so...
We could have asked if the cloaks were similar to the robes.
Yeah, well.
I mean,
Next time, he'll
Yeah, as you were laying this, Dashing will be like, wait, shit, I could have pulled the box out!
Ronnie Grimmett is like, I forgot about that too. Oh well. But yeah, we apparently something big and roaring. I'm not going to assume it's a dragon, but things are leaning towards. We're chasing a halfling, an orc, and someone Fey persuasion, I guess. Who might have been of the Fey persuasion into a hole with 2 other beings.
Didn't get any specifics on who those other 2 were or what they were.
Unfortunately, the snail was hightailing it out. If you can believe that.
Well, regardless, we should probably rest up for the night.
Yeah. What time of night is it right now?
The sun has literally just gone down as you're talking with the snail folk.
Okay. I'm probably going to take a little bit of time to make a couple more spell berries then.
Spell berries or potions? So I was going to say you do have those crystals I mentioned.
I do. Can I make some healing potions out of those?
Yeah, you have enough to make possibly 2 minors or one standard healing potion.
Wait, there are minor healings?
Yeah, you can make minor healing potions.
I thought the standard potion of healing was the minor healing potion.
No, there are.
We talked about this.
Yeah, there are
Okay,
smaller.
what does the smaller? What does a lesser healing potion do, or a minor healing potion?
Yeah,
Compared to a
because
healing potion.
the standard one heals for 2d4 plus 2.
Mm-hmm.
Does a minor heal for 1d4 plus 1?
I got a lot of shit in my inventory.
Yeah, I'd say. Yeah, you can. Yeah, that would be it.
1d4 plus 1 for
And
minors.
greater healing will be 44 plus 4. And
So he can make a standard for. He can make 1 standard.
I think my better berries do more.
Yeah, I'd say if you make a healing potion, aim for standard.
Yeah, I'll try to make a standard healing potion then. So I sit down and try to make myself a standard healing potion.
make an herbalism kit check.
Cool. Can I poke myself?
Herbalism kit with advantage.
Okay.
No poking.
Okay.
No good.
You can choose advantage or.
Oh,
Well, boy howdy that nat 20 though.
All right, you get a standard healing potion and a minor.
cool.
You have spillover. It's like
Uh,
oh shit.
Oh,
Fucking managed to MacGyver you way to take fucking the resources for 1 standard healing potion and make extra out of it. Damn.
Rania comes over to party.
Yeah, basically
with
healing
like
potions
a
are
bottle-
basically separated by amount.
Yeah. Rania comes over with a bottle of.
It's like a
healing
fun-sized
potion
candy
and
bar versus a standard-sized candy bar. That's basically how healing
a
potions work.
vial of healing potion. It's like, I got some more healing potions if anyone wants them.
Well, if no one else wants the standard one, I'd be willing to take that one since I'm up front all the time.
I'll take a healing. I don't got anything like that.
Okay,
No,
he gives her
yeah,
the-
give her the standard. I'll take the mine.
Okay, he gives her the standard healing potion and the minor. And I have one more minor healing potion, so he gives Dashigan the other minor healing potion too. So you now have 2 minor healing potions.
I know I had 1 standard potion of healing.
I've made a lot of stuff.
Alright, so I have 2 minor.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so I have effectively 2 healing potions.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
All right, so who's taking first watch?
I'll take first watch so I can get my spells back.
Mm.
All right. Make a perception check. Straight.
Okay. 20.
Run your watch.
There's not a lot of.
Dash is taking last watch. He's saying Roddy gets a full night rest.
I mean, it's rest anyway, but...
I know, but we only need 4 watches.
Yeah, Undolin will go after Bundle.
Yeah, so it's gonna go.
Run your
Bundle-
Dash that he wants to go fishing.
That's not taking watch then, Rania. You can't fish and watch at the same time.
I know,
You
but-
technically can. You just,
I know, but you wake me up when you take watch.
Alright, we'll both take last watch.
all right, so Bundle. Not much happens during your watch. It's atmospheric. Like there's like a turtle passes by the island that you can catch out of the corner of your eye. But other than that, it's not really. There's no like swamp crocodiles or anything like that. Last time you were in here, bothering this area too much near the coast, just probably because of the brackishness of the water due to the lock being right there.
All right.
And yeah, and then you can wake up Undulin.
Yep. Goes wake her up.
Aye. She gets up. Gonna roll her check. Right
Falls
on.
back asleep.
That'd be that one.
I'm bored.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a net 2.
Yeah, it was almost in that one.
Oh man.
Yeah, she's not very stealthy about her her night watch. She kind of stomps around a bit, just trying to find different, better points of vantage, and she's just not getting very lucky on this very oblong piece of land. It's like, ugh. Then after a few hours,
It'd be Feliana's turn.
it'll be Feliana's turn. Hey, I get to go again.
Yep. People with dark vision go first.
Wow.
Jesus Christ, Brett.
Huh. Hang on.
Oh God, are you rolling severity?
No, I'm rolling to make sure that it wasn't stuck.
Okay. Well, it wasn't.
She's a bit anxious and just flinches at a lot of little sounds she hears. Eventually gets to Dash. And I believe that also includes Rania.
Yeah, Dash wakes Rania the fuck.
Okay.
Bada boop.
Yeah, there's a light mist on the swamp this morning just because it's very humid in here. Like, it's not like fog, but it's misty. It's just a
How close?
light mist.
How close are we to the shore over here?
You guys are about like half an hour from what you could tell from the lock.
That's okay. No, closer. Oh well.
I mean, you can wander off there. Let's say actually it's like 10 minutes.
That sounds like a
you're-
horrible idea.
You're like 10 minutes off. You're like 5-10 minutes away from the shoreline.
That sounds like splitting the party.
Yeah. 10 minutes isn't so bad, but
Don't do it, Rania.
Roger stares over at the lake like, I want to do it.
Rania, you remember what happened last time you and me split off? Don't do it.
Yeah, it turned out fine.
I will tie you up if I have to. I am not kidding.
Feliana actually wakes up. She's suffering from a bit of insomnia. It's like, I'll head with you to the shore if you need it, Rania.
Okay. Marty starts heading. We're gonna wait for her to get ready. So.
Oh yeah, she just packs up like her rapier and a couple of spell components and just walks off with you with like a modified like rain slicker. She's trying to make sure her boots don't get ruined.
I swear to my ancestors, Rania, if you get killed, I am kicking your ghost ass.
All right, 6 minutes later, you make yourself to like the edge of the shore. There's like a couple of logs just sticking in there where you can like sit and like post a fishing rod.
Yes.
Do you have fishing tackle?
No. I know, but I have a. Well, what category of beast could I turn it into again? You said half of my current druidic level, right?
I don't believe you have a. Is it you don't have a fly speed? You don't have a flee.
No, I don't have a flying speed, but I do have a swimming speed. Which is why he wanted to go out and do this. He hasn't had a lot of time to play around and I can swim. He's like, I got it, and then I was able to turn to a thing, and everyone went jettisoning off.
All right, yeah, you get to
into a-
turn into a maximum CR of 1 creature.
One?
That has
Okay.
that has a swim speed.
Wild shape. Okay. So
You haven't made
CR
yourself a
of
list
1.
yet of what you can turn into, have you?
I have a list. Anything that can swim. I mean, I could turn into an octopus, but that doesn't really.
To turn into a hawk, they're fishers. No, wait, never mind. Flying. Shit.
Yeah, I am not yet something that's next level, which I'm very anticipation for, which is kind of why I've been so slightly irritated of late.
Next
can turn
level, I
into a
can
giant-
finally get 18 strength.
I can turn into a giant toad, which I wanted to turn into something that can actually hunt down some fish for the party, and I'm pretty sure that'd be kind of gross if it comes back in toad slime. So I could wash that off.
Feliana. Hi, I have prestidigitation.
Okay, giant toad it is.
Yes, I'm pretty sure she has prestidigitation. Hold that shot.
Does
I
she?
have a press.
Yes, she does.
I have a. Yeah, I was about to say. I also have a cat that does it too.
You're not there, are you?
I'm dead asleep. Threw me the fish and milk. Let's keep going.
Okay. Rania turns into a giant frog. Wait, approximately. A giant toad, which is a large-sized creature, so it's bigger than Feliana. Looks at her, croaks, goes leaping off into the water, and he starts to go around and grab as many fish and as a giant fucking toad.
All
I'll
right.
keep my wisdom modifier, so my survival should still maintain.
All right. Make a survival check.
25. Nice.
All right.
That's how many fish you get.
Jesus Christ.
You get 4 medium-sized. You get 2 medium-sized salmon and 1 large trout.
Cool. As he's catching these, he is spitting them back up at shore at Feliana, directly at her.
Oh, god damn.
Roll a dex save.
Feliana
And
will-
he's speaking into her minds.
Rolling a
That's-
dex save. Hey!
Yay! Opa!
She just finger guns them all. Prestidigitation, prestidigitation, prestidigitation.
Yay!
Makes yourself a little like carrying case out of like reeds and like extensive like lake leaves. Like, here
And
we
I
go. This is a
believe I
carrying
can stay in
case.
this form for 7 hours, and I have no particular reason why I wouldn't. So he's gonna like just stay as a giant toad for now. So he proceeds to hop alongside Feliana as they go back to the camp.
Yep, you guys make it back. Dashkin's still there. Yeah, it's okay. You see them coming back after about. They come back after like not even an hour.
Dash
you were really
sees the giant.
You were really successful at your fishing trip.
Dash sees the giant toad next to Feliana. Slowly blinks.
The toad does the frog wave at him.
Why not a? Never mind. I assume you got.
Feliana lifts up the
Front.
little wrappings and tears a bit of it open to showcase the 2 salmon and the trout.
Well, I get our rations for breakfast. So,
Rania lets out a loud, proud croak.
how many rations for the day do these fish give us? Do these fish cover us for the day?
You can salvage, I would say, 6. You can salvage 9 total rations, 3 from the large one and 2 each from the salmon.
Okay. So that gives.
Not bad.
No, wait, 7
That
total
gives
rations.
Oh, that
Because
makes things.
3
a
from the
little bit
large
harder.
one and 2 each from the medium-sized one. Like small fish would give you 1 ration, medium-sized fish would give you 2 rations, and large fish would give you 3 rations. So yeah, 7 total rations.
Still, that at least covers all of us for the day, to where we don't need to consume our long-term ration.
And leaves you with 2 left over.
Yep.
Although Ranya has berries, so he technically doesn't have to eat.
I have berries for days.
He's almost a monk at this
assume-
point in the fact he doesn't need to eat.
Christ.
That's essentially how they do.
I assume at this point, the long rest is over and everyone's waking up.
Oh yeah, as you guys are smoking the fish, Bundle, Undolin, and Undolin start to rouse.
Good morning.
Ranya croaks at them.
Undolin instinctually reaches for the scimitar. Is like,
It's
Wait-
Ranya.
wait a
It's
minute.
Ranya.
looks
It's
at it,
under-
stares at it intently, gets really awkwardly close to it.
Ranya
Yeah,
licks his
I
own
can
eye.
see it. Hello to you too. Alright, smoked salmon. Not bad.
Yeah, this should give us roughly 7 rations, so we can pull from this first before moving on to our.
I can admire that sort of thing. I've still got leftovers from the bloody wake. Like, she pulls out some cold cuts and like a roll that's probably hard as a rock by now, and starts like cutting
Oh,
it
yeah.
open.
Let's heat up and then let's get back to the cart.
Yeah, she eats half of her portion of salmon, then like wraps the rest of it inside of like a pouch to save for later. Like, alright.
I'm burnt through all of his perishable rations.
Dash is burned through all of them.
I'm pretty sure he burned through all of his perishable ones he got from
Oh yeah,
Tammin.
yeah. Bundle also.
Yep.
You have a
That
druid.
yogurt, that yogurt would have been nasty.
Yep.
You have a druid in your party. I guarantee you, people won't starve.
As long
But
as you
where's
don't run out of spell slots or
that?
rests.
But I imagine we eat up and start moving.
Aye. Your examination of the coast tells you. Undolin's kind of like, so. Should we head back to the cart at this point? We spent a night exploring the rest of the coastline, and it's.
Yeah, it's seeming like our best bet is to head southwards from here, from where the cart.
All right.
Yep.
So Undolin starts packing everything up, and is like, yeah. So you're not very used to camping out in the wilds, are you, with all your magical stuff? I see.
Blanks.
Ranya looks at her, raises a toad brow. I lived out in the wilds the majority of my
Well,
life.
you guys seemed awfully surprised when you're like, well, I guess we're camping out proper tonight. Like, I heard of that.
Surprised? No. Annoyed? Maybe.
We only got that fort working when we got to Red Fort.
Felion says, that's not quite true. We did use it in, near the fort. Actually, no, Windvale, wasn't it?
No. No, we didn't use the fort till we got to Red Fort.
No. No.
I'm pretty sure we didn't.
Yeah, you guys... It was after Bundle struck out with the kobold.
Oh yeah, it
Yep.
was.
Wizard
Oh
made
yeah,
up
no, it was back at Windvale we used it for the first time, and that was only a day from when we got to Red.
You guys have been used to all the good lives.
There's a reason they call it the good life.
And
I mean, to be fair, you didn't fare much better. I heard you last night. Giving your shit for that 6 perception you rolled.
you were just awakened by her once.
You still gotta give her shit for it.
And you all pack your stuff up and trek your way back into the swamp.
Can't take it, don't dish it.
Yeah. Everyone can roll. Actually, let me see.
Toad Ranya continues to hop alongside them.
Nutshell. 13. Alright.
Do we need to roll survival on the way back?
Rania attempts to eat bugs.
Alright, no, actually. You guys try and tread a similar path, trying to spot more, like, shortcuts as you go, like tree knots and things you can, like,
And I mean,
wander across.
I have wander.
Yeah. Yeah, you come mostly the same path, just slightly altered by, like, a few feet or a couple of yards. And as you get about 5 hours in, very close to where you remember leaving your cart, Undulin actually stops as she's like trekking across some of the tree roots that's only like barely under the water. So she's only she's only ankles deep into the swamp because she's like walking on like a walkway that she managed to find, and she's like,
What is it?
Bundle, you would also hear like a dipping sound, like you remember Bundle the gondolas in the Royal Keepseat district. It's like that shouldn't. Wait a second. And as you and Underland peer off into the deep wood, you actually see a shadow of something moving about 20 yards away down a separate sector of the swamp, just through the wooded part. It seems to be on a raft. It's like dipping a large staff or branch into the water to maneuver through the swamp. Making good progress, slightly faster than you, but not terribly. They're not in a terrible rush.
Okay. I would let the party know what's going on. I wouldn't pull out my weapon just yet. I'd wait till I can make sure I can get a good shot, if I have to.
You are staring through thick wood. Like as I said, it's like a wall of trees where you can spot them, sort of like going through like a picket fence sort of thing. You can see them, and you're trying to make them out through like the little various patches of sunlight that are coming through the canopy. And Undulin actually holds up your hand as she sees you most towards the boat, like, hold on.
It's one of the. I think it's
one of the what?
Dash is asking, do we think it's one of the local?
Underlin mutters, I'd bet some good food and money on it. I mean, look at that raft. That looks handcrafted.
Maybe we should see if we can stop to talk to them, see if they might have seen who we're looking for.
He's starting a fight.
Well, let's go approach him.
All right. You guys make your way down a little farther into the swamp, and you eventually find like a pass where you can cross over into the area where they seem to be crossing along a different channel.
Yeah, as we're getting closer, are we able to make out what it is on the raft?
As you guys cross into the channel, Undulin and Bundle, you guys can immediately tell it is in fact a lizard folk Kabarin.
There, what now?
Neat.
Lizard folk.
Yeah.
Toad Rania looks at this.
Looks similar-ish to me. Do they speak Draconic?
Only one way to find out. And Bundle hails the thing in Draconic. Because I'm not sure what even type of lizard folk it is.
Alright. This is a yellow, a dark lemon colored lizard folk with like green striped spots with a slight crest on its brow. And as you hail it, it turns to look at you briefly for like about 5 seconds, then continues back on its path. Just
In Draconic.
Can we have a moment of your time, friend?
It stops, stares at you again.
We wanted to ask if you've seen some people who've come through here potentially,
And Dash
gives the descriptions of everyone they're looking for. So
As you mentioned, you're looking for someone. He just the lizard folk crosses their arms.
insight.
It's weird because he didn't seem like he was in a hurry, but they just crossed their arms. Their expression is blank. They're currently about 15 feet away from you in the proper swamp, while you guys are like on like a different slightly heightened barrier of the channel.
Seeing them stop, seeing them cross their arms, Dash stops to see if they're trying to say something.
Nope, expression is completely neutral.
Marnie's currently keeping a lookout for anything other than the thing everyone else is looking at.
Oh, Dash asks if the lizard folk has seen the people he.
It blinks at you. Nose twitches a little bit.
Dash looks at Bundle.
Bundle shrugs and says, "Is there something wrong?" In Draconic.
It waits for about 10 seconds, slowly opens its mouth. There's no tongue in that mouth.
Oh.
Huh. I am so sorry.
It's not like you could have known.
Yeah, there is not really any way we could have known.
Undolin, whose hand has been on her scimitar the whole time, actively lifts her hand off and puts both her hands in front of her in a sort of like hands clasped together notion. As she says aloud, "Try not to make any fast moves, lads."
We're surrounded, aren't we?
Rania, I said that Rania was trying to keep an eye out.
And as Rania peers closer into the surroundings, you do actually see, while it seems like you guys are okay in the open, there are indeed some shapes in the tree line and swamp line that are like, and you see some eyes poking out of the swamp from beside the raft. They're like, they're really good at hiding themselves.
Rania speaks into Bundles. We seem to be surrounded by, I'm guessing lizard folk?
Yeah, I kind of got that from Undolin's gesture just now.
Slightly annoyed I didn't notice sooner.
You're a bit rusty.
At this point, Bundle just says, and
Cutscenes.
no sense in making out like we're here to fight. We are here looking for folk. So he now tries to address the masses of them that might be around.
You can tell one is actually approaching you. It carries a spear and wears a necklace made of teeth. This is a dark gray lizard folk with brown markings on its jawline.
Ah, neat.
It stares you up and down, walks like in like a semicircle around you, and holds its hand out, points to your bow.
Bundle looks to him, looks to his bow, and he takes it off of him and hands it over.
It actually unstrings it. Tink, tink. Hands you the bow back, but keeps the string. And then it goes to Undolin. She's like, She's like, He holds out the whip. And he takes that, and then points to the scimitar. He's like,
She starts taking
Gives
off
a-
every single weapon she has.
gives a
starts
dark
taking
glare.
them
It's like, hands the scimitar and scabbard. He takes out the scabbard and hands it back to her. Like, She's like,
But it isn't taking the weapons, but what's being held in them.
no, he still takes the scimitar. He just hands her back the scabbard it was in.
Okay.
And he proceeds to do the same for the rest of you. Feliana.
Looks at the armory that is the walking armory that is Dash again.
Oh dear lord.
Yeah, he takes Feliana's rapier, comes to Rania. And he's like,
Rania is still a toad.
Oh, to be fair.
strokes his
Bundle-
chin when he comes to Rania.
Pokes at him.
Poke.
Rania blinks one eye, then the other.
Actually, lightly opens your jaw. Looks inside to make sure.
He breathes on him.
He is unfazed because he lives in the fucking swamp.
Yeah, that was kind of a vain effort, right?
Yeah, I know.
Comes to Dash and is just like,
Than anything.
he actually waves to a couple of others like, come on, and just has them all hold out their hands.
Dash just undoes the harness and hands the entire thing over. Interconic, it might be easier this way, trust me.
I got 7 hours of toadness.
And the only thing not on his harness would be his longsword, which he would take out and offer to.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
he takes the longsword, he hands the harness to one of his underlings.
To be
Yeah.
To be fair, Bundle still has his his black rapier and his dagger. Did they take those as well?
Oh, they ask for everything.
Okay.
Like,
well, then,
he doesn't leave until he gets to you, and he gets to you again
Yeah.
and actually looks back
What-
like, oh. And he has his underlings look over like, hands outstretched.
When Dash
They're
gets
not
to the
being.
mob,
They are just being very passive about it. It's just like it's a formal thing.
when they get to the mob blade, Dash would hesitate and Interconic say, "We think this might be dangerous magically, so be aware of that." And he would cautiously hand it over,
Do they try to take the sapling?
and
right.
he would say, "Keep."
All right,
He would
the
say, "Keep
underling
it
who
wrapped."
who takes the maw blade goes over to a stone and tries to crush it.
Well, bye, mob blade.
Lifts it
Did he-
back up. It is untouched. Like, Tries again. Alright.
I would keep it wrapped. Honestly,
The gray lizard folk just waves it off like, never mind. And grabs the rest of your stuff, including your Black Daggers bundle.
Oh,
It's a formality.
I know.
Do they take Dash's advice and keep that thing fucking wrapped up?
Yeah, they wrap it up in the harness and like.
Yeah,
And-
he's not threatening. He's like actively wanting them to be.
Yeah, and anyway, as they finish up, a quintet of rafts appears, and they all like start loading up onto the rafts, and actually usher you onto one of them, just behind the initial raft with the tongueless one.
Shot in the dark. You found our card already, didn't you?
They say nothing as they start pushing it down the swamp, and after about half an hour of you going by the swamp, you look to the west, and on the roadway there is a lizard folk actively pulling the cart. And the horse is actually wrapped up in the cart as well. The horses look very confused, standing up in the cart. They also tied like a string with a carrot on top of it, like to keep it like hung.
Wait, if that's the case, Brett, can Bundle roll a perception check? Because some poor soul,
Oh no! Oh no!
like, someone got fucked.
Okay, roll a perception check.
Alright.
Yeah, as you're rolling that perception check, Dash is like, wait, did you trap that?
He's like, yeah, I did. He's now looking around. Oh, Lord.
You look at the cart and you don't see. There's only one person pulling the cart, and they see him undamaged. However, as you look on one of the rafts, you do see someone who has 4 arrows spread across 2 kneecaps. Just sitting there, crisscross style, like.
Oh no!
Turns back around.
Says nothing.
What's even more hilarious is there's another guy who you look at him and you're like, he doesn't look quite right, and then you realize he has the bear trap in his mouth.
Why'd he try to eat the bear trap?
No. He snapped it and then just transported it in his mouth. Like he smiles, like,
Now
whoa,
his
shit!
dentures.
We got ourselves a James Bond villain over here. And as you guys travel, you travel down for about 2 hours down the swamp way, and as it reaches like just past midday, you actually pull off onto the eastern shore of the pure like swamp river that they're traversing, and you see a selection of dams, like basically bigger beaver dams, but covered in moss and put together with rock and various just scavenged items, bones. And as you approach these dams, a pair of eyes, a trio pairs of eyes, just pop out of the ground, like the groundwater, and they're like 3 adolescent lizard folk just staring at you guys as you enter the dwelling. There are a bunch of these around just inside of the shoreline. And
Is it bad I home right now?
Do you now?
He is a tribal dragonborn, and these are tribal lizard folk, so...
And as you guys dismount, a figure you weren't expecting approaches. There is a dwarf, a orange-haired dwarf in scale mail, approaching you guys, carrying a helmet to his side.
Dash raises his brow.
Alright, this is not what I expected.
This is a very dark-featured dwarf, and as you take notice of him, he is moving a little funny, and as you guys look, Bundle, you look down, and he has a stone right foot.
Okay.
And as he gets within 10 feet of you, he bows, nods to the leader of like this scavenging party who took all your weapons, and announces, "Greetings. Welcome to the Marsh Sovereign's dwelling. I am Pontiff Wayplains, Cleric of the Grave. You are currently in the domain of Marsh Sovereign Torzag's Zaga."
I am not going to try to spell that on my...
I know. Boy, you're gonna love this.
Okay. Huh.
Greetings, friend.
And what
Fear
did
not,
the
you
dwarf
are in
say?
no danger. We just wanted to greet you and invite you to share your word with our sovereign. She wishes to keep a tab on whoever moves through this marsh of Swam.
What did
as I
the
believe
dwarf
the
say his
humanoid's
name
called.
was?
Oh, his name is Pontiff Wayplains. Sir Pontiff Wayplains.
So he's a knight.
No, he's a cleric.
They've traveled downstream. They have been commandeered by lizard folk. They have met a cleric of the Marsh Sovereign Torzak Zaga. Dash recognizes that first name as inherently draconic. And yeah, you guys are brought back. Feliana is just staring around like she's just chewing on her fingernails like, no. No, I don't think so.
It'll be fine, Feliana.
No, it's not that. I just don't think she's here either. Now that we're farther away from the coast.
If the sovereign, like the good pontiff said, is keeping tabs on all outsiders who come in and out of the swamp, then she's probably our best chance of your sister.
I guess.
So, in hindsight, it's actually a good thing these people intercepted us.
As I said, you are in no danger. I merely serve the sovereign as to keep tabs on whoever passes through, rightfully. We want no trouble.
Dashing nods. And like I said, that might actually help us with who we're trying to find.
Out of curiosity, how long have you turned into a toad?
It's been just under 3 hours since you woke up.
He's got toad time left still.
Yeah, you got like 5 hours.
But Dash sees no harm in it. He tries to explain their situation to Pontiff. They're trying to find friends and family who they are afraid are in danger at the moment.
All right. You mentioned the names Amir, Anani, Hala, and Silk. He says, I do not know these people. I'm sorry. You mentioned Tiamat. Tiamat's chosen. He's like, I'm not familiar with that either.
That's a good thing.
And he's just like, yes, there is all I know is there has been some activity in the south sector that has been causing anxiety to not just the sovereign but the Marsh in general.
Well, considering that's the direction we are heading, maybe there's something. Maybe there's a way we can help each other.
Gerhags.
Yeah.
Blank.
I will see. He turns away from you and heads toward a weirdly decorative submerged dam. It's got like golden colored leaves glossing like the surface of the water just in front of it as he waves his gilded staff that he's carrying it looks like a gilded shovel. Yeah, he's carrying basically a warhammer reflavored as a shovel.
Okay.
It's large, and he taps on some stone in front of him as he holds a staff to his head and mutters. And after about a minute, some bubbles form from what you assume is the entrance of the dam as this massive mud-colored kibarin with a headdress made of gnarled like arrowheads as well as thorn whistle as like thorned thistle leaves emerges. Her underside is spotted with black lined orange wisps. And
on a scale of 1 to big, how tall is she compared to that?
She actually towers over you a good 1.5 feet, 2 feet.
So she is over 7 feet tall.
She is a female lizard folk.
Jesus Christ.
Would the term thick with 2 C's apply to this woman?
Oh God.
I'm not Well, if we do get lewd fan art, will be more fan art than we've gotten already.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not gonna treasure that. I'm just gonna say she's pretty big. Yeah, pretty big. Like, she towers over her cleric.
Yeah. Considering she's towering over Dash, who is 6'7", which is not small in the slightest.
Yeah, as you notice, she's wearing like a vestment of like a half cloak, half vest made of just moss, peat, and what seems to be like papery bark, inscribed with what you assume is probably her clan symbol, which is three jagged zigzag lines in like a semicircle.
Okay.
It looks like a circle surrounded on the west half by three zigzags going in like northeast, east, and southeast directions.
Gotcha.
And she climbs out of the swamp water, stares down at her cleric, who nods, and she touches her throat and says, "I see you are visiting from lands to the west. I right?"
That sounds about accurate, Dash says as he looks to Bundle.
He nods. You're not wrong so far.
Yes. I assume you are not here to send greeting from other sovereign to West.
I'm afraid not. We're actually here look certain individuals who are deemed very important to us. And
she scratches her cheek. Their massive, utterly improbably pointed claw actually scratches some moss that had been growing on the side of her cheek. You are not here for godly purpose, no higher calling. I have suffered enough. I and clan have suffered. Though to other approachers of the deities.
As far as I'm aware, we are not related, and we are not related to that in the slightest. We did see some disturbing signs up north as we made our way down here. Bundle here can probably go into better detail for that.
which he does.
You speak of those who are choosed. Those who claim as such anyway.
Is Dash able to get the idea whether or not she's talking about Tiamat's?
You think she might be? Yeah, like her thick common draconic accent is sort of throwing you off. Like that's hence her way of speaking. Yeah, it was intentional. I'm throwing you guys off with their speaking.
Yeah.
If the ones you're talking about follow Tiamat, yeah, those people are bad news, especially for me. Unfortunately, unfortunately had personal experience the atrocities they can commit.
Young Drakenbjörn, you not only one they stalk and seek. Are we, points to her clan, not also of draconic submission?
Dash nods.
Us, the Yunti, the kobolds, they all suffer, as well as any poor non-draconic who manages to get in the way of the prospector.
The prospector.
And what they seek. This choose one.
Dash nods.
I'm able to have him be able to put some sort of damper on their plans with my own objectives.
Tell me, where precisely do you seek your query?
Dash looks to Bundle.
From the looks of things, they had originally arrived in the swamp from the southern edge. We were just making our way down along the coastline to make sure.
And Dash, if allowed, Dash shows the map where he straight up drew this route that they were following onto.
I understand. I do not know what your humanoid customs be precise, but I do know those chews, they only bring headaches, which will lead distrust, which lead inevitable bloodshed, and I like not that present.
Dash looks to Bundle.
Maybe there's something we can do to help.
I'm not sure. See, besides avoiding them, which we have grown better at, as I assume you have experienced.
Yeah, you did catch us off guard fairly well.
Other than that, I am very satisfied with my area. These last 10 years of my rule, plague and disease are at generational low. There is not much more suffering of my folk. Tell me, you weren't sent here by, the Fey one, were you?
Dash shakes his head.
Came here of our own volition.
I am used to much emissary work, be it from the Fionn, the Von Human, the Lodaridman, from Nin, and even Prince Zorin has graced my accompaniments.
Dash visually raised a brow when she mentioned Vaughn.
Surprised you guys didn't raise a brow when she mentioned she's met the crown prince of the region.
He raised a brow at that too, but
yeah, Felion was also like,
one.
whoa.
Seems you get to know quite a few people in quite a few high places.
Bundle and Dash, roll quick history checks.
You're gonna have to cover me for this one, most likely, Bundle.
I'll do it again.
Because I rolled a 7.
17. There you
Okay,
go.
Bundle, you heard her mention Lord Arithman, which, like, Lord Arithman, what the hell? And then you're like, Lord Arithman, oh no. And you realize that's the Bergaya and Faya mentioned the Nin to the south.
Oh,
Oh no!
So she has also touched elbows with them, apparently, according to her passing comments.
Uh-oh.
But you seek... Tell me, you do not seek companionship or diplomat. What seek you?
Dash lets bundle.
Sorry, give me 1 moment. Phone call.
We're not that important to bundle.
Wah, 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 wah.
But yes, as she takes a brief pause, Pontiff begins to glow about. Yes, there hasn't been much we can divulge to you, other than the passing moments about the anxiety in the South, which we have been getting better at avoiding, we think. However, there are still minor inconveniences. There was a messenger from Redport who wanted confirmation of safe passage for a guild of surveyors around the south of the Luck. And we're also missing a shipment. We trade with the city of Windvale, the Draconic settlement. Their shipment is late. Unusually late. I do not know of this city of Redport, but I know my liege trusts it, and those who dwell within, for the most part, that she has entertained.
As far as I'm aware, I see a shipment on the way here.
They usually take a boat across the lock. They have like a riverway system of where they cross. As he points to your map, they stop at the roadway and cross. This way.
Well, since we're heading down that way anyway, keep an eye out for the missing shipment if you want.
It is very unusual, and while she may not show it, it does worry my liege, because she is so used to their company. They are very good denizens and good outlying members of her distant clans, those kobolds and Yunti. They're good. They are a lot of survivors from the region.
Dash again nods.
I do greatly apologize.
It's okay.
So, what was the question she asked that Bendel was trying to... that Dash was
She's
trying to...
basically asking, she's very confused since you're not on a diplomatic mission. She's like, well then, what seek you in this desolate marsh?
Which Dash
Can't
looked
be
the bundle
the-
for him to answer.
I doubt it's the company of enchantment.
Wait, enchantment.
You think she was trying to make a snide remark about... She's basically trying to say that she doubts it was the charming company of the marsh.
Oh, okay.
Enchantment.
Yeah. Dash almost took enchantment literally.
Watch, I magic! Ooh!
He says thing is how she is basically confused as to why they're even there. He basically says, if at all possible, you would like to have safe passage through your area of the marsh, just so we can have time to find our friends and get them home safely.
What friends specific you seek? I have not ventured far, but... She points to her ears. I have... stem of... work to think on.
Boy, howdy, here we go with the physical descriptions again.
Well, Bundle gives us a bit of physical description. More detail on Silk, obviously, but it's getting to the point where he's getting a bit frustrated.
And Dash would give his best detail on Amir, saying that he's a cleric of the dwarven luck god. And I imagine if Feliana was here, she'd do the same for her sister.
Mm-hmm.
Rania still has no idea Bill is even on this a part of this mission, so...
That'll be a pleasant surprise.
So yeah, it would not have even occurred to him that he would have been a... Like...
Yeah, it's not like you're pen pals.
They were pretty much best friends in the village, but... when they parted ways, they parted ways, and he really have no idea that he'd be here or not.
But yeah, we do our best to give descriptions of the people we're looking for.
Also, it's a lot more difficult to be pen pals with people when you don't know exactly where they are.
Alright, you describe, Bundle and Dash, you describe your people you're looking for. She comes to Underland, and Under's like, I'm just here for the pay and the food. And, Pontiff nods, assuring like, yes, good choice. He's like, he
Dwarves
gets
be
it.
dwarves.
Yeah, it's nice to have this one-dimensional character.
Lizard folk looks to the toad.
Toad blinks one eye, blinks the other.
You have tamed a wildlife, I see. I hope you did not break it or tame it too hard. Nature replies swiftly.
Dash just opts to keep his mouth shut about Rania's shenanigans.
It has been feeding a lot on... It sniffs the toad. It has been feeding a lot on fruit and fish.
Yeah, he does
You
that.
keep it on quality diet. And
Rania lets out a croak.
she looks to Fel and points like, you, I do not recognize. What you, Specif? Me? Yes. You, not dwarf, points to Underlin and Pontiff. You in certain not draconic ancestor. You not Panthra, points to Bundle. And you not particular human. Nor not Fian. No, not Fian at all. Wait, did you say Fian? Fian.
Wait.
Pointed ears, long, sparkling hair.
From Trut?
Oh, you know Fian?
Yeah, he helped us out once or twice.
He is excellent specimen of good and nicety. I approve, Fian.
Bumble kind of goes, huh. vibe, but
Yeah. When you said Fian, I was like, that sounds familiar. Fuck. Where did we meet Fian? And then, oh yeah!
Didn't we send Ian back to the wild?
No,
No,
Fian
that was the two elves from Fort Lippy.
Lippy.
I could have sworn that Ian had was told to go back to go back there.
He's enjoying his life.
It's only if we ran into him, and we haven't ran into him again.
Yeah, you guys haven't been back to Trut since then.
They're relatively close by, but yeah. I'm pretty sure that's not an on-the-way kind of thing.
And as Feliana shakes her head like, okay, just regarding Fian, she thinks for a minute, I'm not gonna make her roll intelligence, I'm gonna make... Alright. I am descended from Underdark devils and demons.
Underdark.
Like, she's trying to put it in words that she thinks this Draconic would understand. Like,
You would understand the Underdark?
I mean, yeah, they explore caves.
Anyway.
Okay.
So, you have horns of dragon, tail of lizard, hoofs? Looks at her boots like, no hoofs. But you also humanoid. Yes, I... yeah, my sister looks similar to me, but... more indigo? Like a sunset sky skin, and eyes of sweet, sticky sap or candy. I do approve this candy. Von lady.
Ooh, candy.
Von lady, good with candy.
Noted.
We must give them candy at some point. He's their tribe.
The more I think of you, young Liana, I hear things. I am not sole sovereign of this marsh. There is also Myconid on North Shore. Roll nature checks. Bundle and Ranya straight. Dash disadvantage.
So Dash.
Come on, double nat 20. Oh.
But wait, Dash has been through here before, hasn't he?
Yeah, but he doesn't recognize that name.
Okay.
Yeah.
13.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be a dick. Yeah, Dash is like...
One of these days, Dash will get to shine.
Myconid. I don't know what a Myconid is. Is that like a name? Like Mike? Michael? Ranya...
And Bundle.
Ranya, you swear you've heard that name before, but you just can't place it. You think like Lady Owl mentioned that, and as you mutter Lady Owl like, ah, you emissary for owls. Or are you familiar? Oh, no, fuck, never mind, you're Toad. Shit! Sorry, take it back, I keep forgetting you're in this form. It's like, shit.
There goes that lore hook.
I'm sorry. Radia is absolutely paranoid all the time.
Above game, she has also met the owls. It's impossible to not meet the owls when you're in nature.
So, that lore hook.
Bundle, the more you think about what she's been saying, like, Myconid, and you finally piece it together with those tales those travelers would tell you about the sovereigns who stalk through marshes and swamps and forests, tending to fungus and generally. Like, okay, so that's what they called them as. And you remember distinctly looking through a book, like you were plodding through a book one time when you were held over with the circus. You like passed by like a book cart and like paged through like a book of like the natural world and wonders of the Red Acre, and there was this rough sketch of what looked like a mushroom that walked. You're like, what the hell? And you just you were smoking at the time. You're like, huh, that's trippy.
Hello!
And you were convinced it was a hallucination. Like, oh, that was a funny image. Wait a minute.
Just to be fair, Bundle was in the circus when he was a kid. He was not smoking when he was a...
Sure you weren't.
Wink.
Anyway,
You're not lawful.
Whatever.
She goes on to say, there is Myconid on North Shore. Name. They have preferred reference name. Preferred name. Wilt. Sovereign Wilt. Has guessed. I've not seen, but they've described as dragon-esque, but also human-esque, with cloven feet and skin the color of overripe lilac.
Huh.
Dash looks to Feliana and Bundle.
Feliana's got like that, like jaw drop, like
sounds like we
she just
need
looks
to
to
make-
you, Dash, like we missed it.
Sounds like we need to make a U-turn.
I hope this helpful. I say I no see, but I hear about this guest.
Can you give us directions to where we can find the Sovereign Wilt and their guest?
I have not visited in such long. We meet occasional, but it's been at least, looks to the sky, perhaps 1,000 moon cycles.
How long is that in years?
Let me see.
3 years if we're going by Earth. Give or take a few months.
Okay, she says hundreds of moon cycles, like hundreds of moon cycles, so like hundreds of months. So like it's
Okay.
been probably over a decade since she's met with this sovereign. So I think I know they North Shore, but they stay not within walking distance. I guess distance of walk to shoreline, but it's more like
Where do lizard folks live?
they live below the wall of birch.
So we're looking for a cave.
No, well, possible. I know they live in hovel, dirt and clay hovel. You can't miss mushrooms.
I imagine we weren't. Is it beyond this map?
He says as he gestures to this point in the map.
No, should be on there, but there is a wall of birch. As Bundle and Dash think about, like, oh wait, the wall of trees. Shit!
Fuck.
You were literally one street over. Like, you were
Well,
one
I-
street north. Where you should, like,
Well, I.
Second Avenue's around here somewhere! You've been on third and a half this whole day.
Well, now that you describe it, I think we literally were right next to it.
It's possible that,
Motherfucker.
again, you don't look for mushrooms in swamps. They everywhere.
Rungy is triangle toad eyes. No, not triangle. Rectangle toad. Hello.
Dash looks to Bundle. Well, at least we have a for sure destination now before we continue.
Indeed.
I invite you to share one night with us, though. We have adequate foodings and a size, perhaps an entertain. You can admire this eve. If you
I'm not
wish.
opposed to it.
If fellas get looking very anxious, like, I understand if you have need. It is open, however.
I would say Bundle would nod and agree that you are most gracious with hosting us. It would be a slap in the face to not take this. However, with that being said, may we have at least leeway to make trade if we need to, possibly talk to some of the locals around here to gather some information, not just about the people we're looking for, but just general information.
She actually changes language and said, you speak the Draconic tongue?
He nods and responds formally in Draconic. Yes, I do.
Nods approvingly. I was going to say, tough interviewing most of my tribe who not speak this humanoid tongue.
In Draconic, well, it's a good thing our party has a literal dragon, or as literal as it's going to get, and a dragon fanboy in it.
He says, giving Bundle a shitting. He's pulling a goof towards Bundle, calling him a dragon fan.
Which the Bundle just gives him a smirk and then looks back to the lady in question and says yes. And
The sovereign acquiesces and nods assuringly and whispers something to her cleric as she descends back into her underwater throne. Yes, so you're free to take your leave if you wish, and we can offer you some barter, not much, but since we are low on supplies ourselves, but actually, you know, I think about no, that they can't barter because they're sort of short on supplies. They were not expecting.
Yeah, they were just telling us about their supply run.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
And
But information, however.
yes.
maybe we can help with that, but that's an optional side mission.
Yeah. That will be after we find Peliana's sister, because I imagine after we find Peliana's sister, we are still going to be heading southward. Which means an inevitable, most likely conflict with the, what Dash is assuming is TMS chosen in the swamp. But yes. Are we ending soon, by chance?
Do you need us to?
I would like to get food.
You just said earlier.
Yeah, I'm still hungry though. But I'm good to keep going.
We can take a break.
Nah, it's fine.
We just take it.
We can keep going.
I muted myself just so I can continue.
Alright, so you're free to. What specifically are either of you seeking from information-wise from the denizens of the Sovereign's domain?
I'll let Bundle go first.
For Bundle, since he knows that if the person who was in charge doesn't know anything about his friends or family, then he'll just go on to the other thing that he is worried about. the dragons that could be in the area. He wants to know if anyone has seen any sightings of them and what they might be up to.
Alright, roll an investigation check just to see who you can find to talk to.
And Dash was
All right.
going to. Well,
Your attention comes to, interestingly enough, the person who was pulling the arrows out of their kneecaps.
oh no!
They look to you as you approach and actively stare at your shit.
Quiver.
Quiver. And looks at the arrows, looks at the quiver, peers inside the quiver, narrows their eyes at you, and hands you the 4... Actually, 3 of the arrows and 1 broken shaft.
Dash winces. That looked like it wasn't fun.
Bundle takes back the arrows and just says, "To apologize if that caused you any discomfort, but let's understand."
As you take a closer look at this lizard folk, you also notice that their left arm is completely scarred over with burn tissue.
Oh my.
We did not do that.
Yeah, that one wasn't us. I guess I Dash went with Bundle for this question since they might have similar questions.
Ronnie has nothing else to do.
But he does, like I said, he does apologize. Didn't want to hurt, didn't mean to. Well, that was meant to keep people away, and obviously it didn't work.
Or these people are just really resilient for plot purposes.
They've got plot armor.
They are lizard folk, so
They've literally got plot armor.
Alright, so...
He does ask about the drag, about his question.
After about 30 seconds of silence, the Kabadin actually nods and mentions how they had ventured south about a moon cycle and a half back, a little over a month ago, and they had encountered some of those cloaked walkers, and viewed something unnatural that they summoned, a shadow of black and of black fire. And he actually got caught in some of the carnage. He was not burned by the dragon itself, but rather by the forest that it set ablaze. And there's also like some necrosis going on in that wound, but it seems to have stabilized. It's sort of like Ashitaka's wound in Mononoke.
Oh.
Yeah.
But either way, Bundle takes this into account and looks right at Dash.
To which Dash says, if Tiamat's chosen are summoning stuff that can do this, there's no good that can come of that. Something might need to be done before we're done here. Otherwise it might very well spiral out of control.
Yeah, I kind of get that feeling as well. We might need to make our stay here as short as possible.
To which Dash looks a bit apprehensive. I think that's the right feeling.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, personally, firsthand what Tiamat's chosen are capable of, I wouldn't want to let them roam free to do to other people what they did to my people. If there's something we can do, we should.
The Kabadin mentions offhand that he would be mighty impressed you were able to pull that off, given that you would probably, like a fire anthill, have to exterminate the whole colony to be safe. Actually, in this universe, they're probably called dragon ants.
Probably, actually.
It's probably as big as a dog.
There are actually legitimately ant colonies in D&D. They are fucking terrifying.
But
They are sentient. They are
Ba-
silly.
basically, Dash doesn't know how he feels about letting Tiamat's Chosen have free reign of the swamp when there could potentially be something we could do about it.
Frogrania croaks.
The frog is right.
Goodness. Camera pans back to Bud.
I mean, he asked a question he needed to ask. He basically got two answers.
That was honestly close enough to the questions Dash would have asked that he doesn't really need to ask his questions anymore.
Although,
Rania speaks into Dash's head. Can you ask to see about those, that exploration party that they talked about before?
Hearing that, I guess Dash asks about that. Asks Indraconic what about that.
The Kabadian actually scratches his chin. Is like, He mutters. He thinks Pontiff would know more about that than he would because he's the one who reports most diplomatic relations to the sovereign.
Well, time to find the Pontiff again.
Yep, you find him easily. He's helping to construct even more like dams and like sweat house structures to a smokehouse to like preserve meats and stuff, since they are cracking down on rations and such.
Okay, well, when we find him, Dash poses the question about the exploration group.
The surveyors. They came by about just under 2 moon cycles ago. We received a messenger from this red port. That requested safe passage for a set of 5 individuals. Let me see. An elf man who was a deputy of something.
Yep.
A halfling. A panthera, or tabaxi, I believe they're called. And a human cleric, as well as one of orcish descent, to pass through on a surveying mission.
Dash looks back at Bundle. That's not a coincidence.
no, it is not. Tell us more.
Well, they were skilled enough negotiators. We managed to create a good barter for that. We have not much use for gold out here, but we have much use for supplies and actual goods. So we got some good dry goods out of the deal. We also had a separate surveyor group come out to help us with demolition of a particularly bad nest of the Hive Authority. Ugh. Damned Hive Authority.
Who are the Hive Authority?
The Sovereign was mostly right in terms of the fact that plague and disease is gone, but there are some remnants of some darker mischief out there, and the Hive Authority is one of them. Anyway, the surveyors group helped us with that, and We sent, actually, young Magyar over there. Points to the Kabadin you had just been conversing with. He had been the raft operator to get them across the lesser lock. And it was only a one-way trip for him. He was only to transport them in and then come back.
Did something happen?
It was a very hands-off operation, I believe.
I see.
Hey, Bundle.
Yeah.
Ranya's buzzing you.
Bundle just shrugs. He's not too keen about the Dwarven and lizard folk relations. And he hasn't had really much of a need.
I think Rania wants you to ask for him.
Oh, okay. Well then, he inquires.
How did I come here? Oh, I was actually personally chosen by the Sovereign. I was involved in passing through, and as a cleric of the next life, I am very skilled at passing on those who haven't, and I was very helpful about 15 years ago when there was a great bout of plague and such, and I helped to bury and move on many of the folk, and the Sovereign appreciated that, so I stuck, I believe is the term.
Odd place to get stuck in, but I understand the reason for being.
Aye. Have you any other information you need from me?
No, that's correct. I guess not. He would only now ask if there's anything that they should be wary of in terms of just the average thing that could cause us harm.
Can you speak up a little bit? I've got you on 150 and I can still barely hear you.
He's asking if there's anything out there that might also cause us an issue, beast or otherwise.
Let me think. The Sovereign's been very good about curbing the lycanthrope, the wandering lycanthropes.
Liking what now?
Oh boy.
There was a brief spat of lycanthropes who, like nomadic lycanthropes, who made their home in the western portion of the swamp, but they seem to have mostly moved on by now. Mostly. Occasional travelers. There's some inconvenient weather that occasionally happens, be it hail, violent wind. There aren't too many mages left in here, so you shouldn't have to worry about golems. And then there's the Hive Authority. There was that weird bunch of gnomes, but we have no idea where the hell they are.
No. Of what
Gnomes, they, I assume you know the term in heat, right?
Uh-oh.
Yes,
I don't want to know any.
These gnomes were thirsting for an oasis that was just outside of their grasp.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Cash actively said.
Right. Well, I think that's all the information that we need. I think we can go ahead and move on from here.
Yeah, just be on the search for that damned Hive Authority. again, there shouldn't be that many gnomes or lycanthropes or golems around, so... And as long as you don't prod the sovereign wilt too harshly, you should be most welcome in their domain.
We'll try to keep Underland in check.
What was that?
Kidding,
Excuse
I'm kidding.
me.
I'm kidding.
I'll teach you.
I couldn't resist.
But I'm guessing at this point we have stayed the night and we're going off.
Oh, you have you?
I'm asking.
I imagine. I thought us staying the night was going to be the cutoff point, so Feliana can be around for the next.
Nah.
That's what I've been assuming this whole time.
You guys want to call it here?
I feel like
Are
for the
you
next
staying
part,
the night is the last thing I want to ask.
I would say Dash would not be opposed to staying the night.
And Bundle has already said that it would be an insult if they didn't. So
And Dash would reassure Feliana that he understands she wants to see her sister, but it sounds like her sister is currently in good hands, and one more night shouldn't be of any.
Underlin prods Feliana like, it's just one night. You look like you need some beauty sleep anyway.
At least we know where she is now.
Yes, I suppose so. Okay. And 4 hours later, a miracle occurs in the lizard folk camp.
Wait, what?
Ronya's gonna go stay hidden when time is.
Oh no!
Yeah,
That's right.
Ronya's gonna go hide. He would have been keeping track of the time.
Roll a stealth check. Disadvantage.
You're a giant toad. You're still a giant toad. That's kind of hard to miss.
You're gonna understand when you roll this check. Unless I'm fooled, which could happen, but roll me a stealth check disadvantage, please. Okay, yes, you try to get away. These Kabadian kids are very curious. Like, look, a giant one, look. Like, yeah, the kids, and that's very curious by you. And woman picks you up like, oh.
Wait, how's the kid picking him up? He's a large creature.
Good breathing stock.
He's a large creature. How are they picking him up?
They do count as one size larger. Powerful bird.
Oh. Oh God.
Quiet, sir.
They are big, though, as we saw from the Sovereign.
Yeah, these kids are only are like adolescents, and they're already like 5 foot tall.
They shouldn't have powerful builds. That is specific to a number of races.
Alright, so they don't pick you up, but they're like, good breathing stock. Should we? We could.
Oh no!
Currently staring at these children with suspicion.
Rania needs an adult.
He hops over behind Dash.
Well, what?
I don't know what these kids are saying, but I don't trust them.
More like, I don't know what these kids are saying, but it scares me.
Yeah, I'm imagining that bit from The Unexpectables where Greckles was trying to like stealth around the Griffin camp, but the Griffin's like, "Ooh, what's that?"
What's this? What's this?
Nothing.
And instead, it's the darn kids like, "Wow, that toad's huge. make a good, like,
This
train.
is a swamp. They would have seen giant toads before.
Yeah, but they haven't gotten one this close into the camp, is the thing.
Seen it, yes. This close up, no.
So the kids actually come up to Dash again and are like, your pet?
Indraconic. Yes.
Would you consider
Deception.
trading him?
No, he is a very good, close of ours. I'm sure you understand how it is.
If Varanya understood
He is
that,
a very loyal toad and has been with us through thick and thin. But sometimes he can be a bit of a shit.
Varanya does not understand this, but he feels offended.
You can't tell, but inside Ryan is frowning. Okay.
He's saying this all in.
The kids are disappointed, and they eventually wander off, and they eventually start drawing like mud paintings of the giant toad. Like, imagine what we could do with this. We could strategize. We could play war games. Great, yeah.
You're welcome, Aranya.
And 4 hours later, a miracle happened in the camp of the lizard folk.
I'm going to leap into the water.
There's probably lizard folk in the water. I don't think you're gonna be
Roll
on
a
sea.
straight stealth check. Since you're trying to change back stealth.
It's even worse.
Okay.
So yes, a miracle happens.
So you feel it coming out. You're like, no, and you dive in to the royal. Dam. And you're like, okay. And as you're starting to change, you look straight into the face of the of Torzak. It's like, huh? And in a mass of bubbles, there's a halfling. He's like, huh?
While underwater, says, hello.
And that's where we.
You have kissed me. I have turned into a prince.
Oh my god.
I not understand. Get back here!
Radia tries
Roll
to
a
flee.
dex check.
Are you sure it's all acrobatics?
Considering you're underwater. Let's check.
Unfortunately, she has advantage.
Fuck. She does have a swim speed, yes.
Yeah.
And, she can... The lizard folk do not breathe underwater, but,
They can hold their breath for 15 minutes. You're fucked.
yeah.
This was kind of a loose.
Second, I've got a quick look up stats because there is such thing as a swamp queen.
Oh, shit.
Oh no, I'm curious.
With that age, I'm still... there's no way I'm...
No.
No.
Well,
I
I'm
was
sorry,
trapped
the
in a-
lizard queen. I am the lizard queen. Alright, so... Hail to the queen. It's the queenie. Oh lord, no, that's a mod 20.
Done fucked up.
So, the rest of you are like, okay, these vegetable kebabs grilled vegetable kebabs actually aren't bad. As rising from the depths comes the sovereign, carrying a very embarrassed halfling in her right clawed hand.
Oh yeah, that has a time limit.
Grimaces.
I must ask you to explain. As Pontiff stares at the four of you. Undolin says, "You didn't ask."
Right.
She is right. He's a druid, and he is paranoid as hell.
And as far as I'm concerned, he is in a pickle.
Once or twice, that paranoia has saved our ass, so...
Alright. Now, Ronnie, you still have a scimitar on you, right?
Yes. One that I never use.
So it's like gathering rust.
Oh.
She literally tears, like, your satchel and your scimitar away from you, like... Take this. She says
Dash.
to Pontiff, to Pontiff, she said, Yes, my liege, I apologize. I should have been more thorough. It's like,
To be fair, how could you have... Like,
you're still carrying weapons into the camp.
Yeah.
You bypass the formalities, which is kind of an insult.
But he's like, to be fair to this guy, how could he have known?
Still, this is a bad.
When will you learn? When will you learn? That your actions have fucking consequences.
Oh, I know.
And they're just gonna haul you off to the brig.
Yay.
This is getting
Which is playing with the children.
No.
I'm okay with this.
Children?
Dash is okay
Children?
with this.
Yeah, sir? I have a gift for you. Oh.
No. No.
He's very ticklish.
A small one.
That Dash calls over. Brunya's very ticklish.
Fuck you, Dash.
Feliana's just face palming like, oh no. And she looks to the Swamp Queen like, I am so sorry. I do not... Oh, please don't be too harsh on us. We swear that... For this insult, I will require payment. I require sating. You.
Wait, what?
Wait,
How
what?
Actually, she's actually gonna... How much food do you have? And opens the satchel.
My satchel?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Okay.
Okay. As long as it's not the sating I thought it was about to be.
Oh, yeah.
No. She pulls out every single berry. He's like,
Roger holds back a grin. He's like, oh no, my berries. Anything but my berries.
Yeah, long story short, it's Killian all over again. She takes half the berries.
Cool.
And
To be fair,
how many
there's
rations?
literally-
How many rations did Rania have? Let me quick check.
I had 8. You can take 4.
She takes 4 of those.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Wait, which half? Because I got a lot of berries.
She basically takes half of each.
Okay.
She's equal opportunity. She just takes half of each. And if it's only one, she takes the one.
She's going to take my massive fucking stoner berry?
Your actions have consequences. Let me roll.
Good luck with that. Ryan's going to book it if she ever tries to eat that fucking berry.
Nope. She's like, no. Looks rotten.
Sounds offended.
And yeah, she tosses the satchel back to Felion, who catches it like, Well, let's face it, it was going to happen sooner or later.
We really need to talk with Ronnie about his paranoia.
Okay, the kids are going to recruit Rania to play basically their version of kickball.
The fuck?
They're not going to use the kickball. However, they do have to pick the teams.
Ronnie gets picked last.
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
Because they're unsure of his capabilities. They're like,
Ow, my prize.
But with your assistance, they win the kickball game.
oh.
So you're not like the MVP, but you help.
And I helped.
She took my owl berry.
And as you guys finish your evening, there is a wrestling match, there's the kickball game, there's some food to be shared. Not a lot, but you get like half portions. And
Dash is fine with that.
with that, you guys spend the night. The next morning, you set off for whatever your destination will be, and we're going to end the session right there.
Yep. And
45 pounds.
Thank you all for popping by to check out the Dynamics of Good and Evil. I'm Brett the Wiz. And tune in next week for more Dynamics, possibly, or perhaps some more Fun Delver, depending on if we can get the whole party together again. The storyline does depend on all 4 of our party members being here, but thank you for popping in to listen, enjoy, and have yourself an excellent, excellent evening. Peace, and remember to be dynamic in all of your adventures. Follow us online at 5E Dynamics on Twitter. We will have announcements for if we're being delayed on there. Peace, and thanks for stopping in.